When we link with my G's, and you know it's a celebration, yeah.
What's good, my people? Welcome back to Jpstv. If you're new, press that subscribe button. Now, I'm here to do another versus, and we've got Ronaldinho versus Neymar. Who is the better player? Now, I've seen a lot of disrespect thrown at both players. Like, I've seen the older heads say you can never compare these two. Like, Ronaldinho's way ahead of Neymar. Like, he's achieved way more than Neymar. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it shouldn't even be a topic of conversation. And I've seen the younger heads say Neymar's better than Ronaldinho. Look at the stats. You get me? And Neymar's done it for longer than Ronaldinho. He scored way more goals than Ronaldinho and he's still playing. So there's disrespect thrown at both players. Now, of course, I've got my own opinion, my own preference, and who I believe is better than the other. Ronaldinho, at club level, scored 266 goals in 699 games. At international level, Ronaldinho scored 33 goals in 97 games. Again, a great record. Now, Neymar, at club level, so far, he's still currently playing, has 324 goals in 514 appearances, which is unreal. And at international level, Neymar's got 53 goals in 63 games. That's almost a goal every game when he plays for Brazil. And even at club level, that's almost like a goal every 1.5 games. Madness. Now again, this is just stats. So statistically, Neymar pisses over Ronaldinho. Like, he's already got way more goals than he does have way more goals than Ronaldinho at club and international level, and he is only 29. So only God knows by the time he retires how many goals he will have. This is where people get things misconstrued. You get me? Ronaldinho, during his time when he was the best player in the world, football wasn't based on stats. Football wasn't based on stats, because we can go through a list of Ballon d'Or winners before Ronaldinho, who didn't have great stats. People like Zidane never had great stats. 2003, Nedved won the Ballon d'Or and he scored 6 goals in 34 games. 6 goals, and he won the Ballon d'Or in 2003. It wasn't about stats. It was about brilliance. You know, being influential, helping your team win trophies, and like being the standout player. Now today, you get yourself 40 goals you're already in the conversation to win a Ballon d'Or. You know, so people need to understand. So the focus for wingers back in the days, or playmakers, was mainly to, you know, entertain the crowd and assist your teammates. Now, during Neymar's time, you're judged based on stats, based on goals you're scoring. So it is normal for a Neymar to have way better stats than Ronaldinho. When Ronaldinho was playing, like, people like Eto'o were scoring goals for fun, because Ronaldinho wasn't selfish. Despite him entertaining and being skillful, he wasn't actually doing skills when the game began. Like, he wasn't doing, like, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo at Man United, he used to get the ball and just dribble past him. Ronaldinho was actually creating. He was passing a lot of the time, and he will wow the crowd with mad piece of skill. He might do one mad run. You know, he was just such a beautiful player to watch. You know, a beautiful player to watch. So when it comes to stats, we need to take away thinking someone is better based on stats, because people have to understand different type of generation and different type of expectations. During Ronaldinho's times, these men were all about balling and helping the teams winning. Today's times about getting yourself 20, 30 goals a season for you to be classed as a world-class player. When it comes now to individual trophies, because this is where you are based on being the best player in the world. Ronaldinho has a Ballon d'Or, something that Neymar does not have. Doesn't mean that Neymar is way worse than Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho won a Ballon d'Or being the best player in the world. In that year, he was challenged. Thierry Henry had a great year as well. Ronaldinho, obviously influential, helped Barcelona win the Champions League, all of that. during that times, the Ballon d'Or was just kind of swapping. Get me? It was just changing everywhere. Different people had won it. No one was really dominate like in the early 2000s. After R9 won it, like I said, Nedved won it. After Nedved, maybe Shevchenko. It changed a lot. A lot of different men won the Ballon d'Or. But that doesn't mean that Ronaldinho is so much better than Neymar. Because let's be fair as well to Neymar by saying he's playing in an era where, like, he's competing against the greatest player in history, yeah, in my opinion, which is Lionel Messi. And Cristiano Ronaldo, who some as well say is the greatest player in history. And you've got these two machines who are hitting at the heights of their career over 50 goals a season. Over 50 goals a season. Like, Messi's winning the Ballon d'Or. He's come back the next year, winning it again. Come back the next year, winning it again. Come back the next year, winning it again. Now, when Neymar joined Barcelona, then you got now Cristiano Ronaldo win the Ballon d'Or as well. He managed to do to swipe the Ballon d'Or, I think 3 years in a row and whatnot. And Neymar had to compete with that. Two guys who are the main players for the teams, who are scoring unbelievable amounts of goals. Unbelievable amounts of goals. So people have to take that into account as well. Because even Ronaldinho, after he'd won the Ballon d'Or and his career started to go downhill, Ronaldinho was young. Like, when he went to AC Milan, he's 27. He's a young man. This is when you started to reach the peak of your career. And he couldn't compete with the likes of Ronaldo and Messi during them times. Like, he was finished. Obviously, there's many reasons to why he was finished. But what Ronaldinho achieved in those 4 years has put him on the Mount Rushmore. Because the football he was playing was just bringing smart. Like, he basically brought joy, so much joy to the fans. He won trophies along the way and was voted the best player during that time. He'd also won the World Cup with Brazil in 2002. Now, we know who the best player in the world at the time was. R9 obviously was the main reason for won that World Cup, but Ronaldinho as well was very influential. Scored some important goals for Brazil, and helped them winning that World Cup in 2002. So I feel like Ronaldinho got that hard thing out of the way early into his career. So he never had that pressure now of winning the World Cup or nothing like that. After that, he managed to get that Ballon d'Or to show that he was the best player in the world at some point, and he gave us 4 years of joy. Now, Neymar has joined Barcelona at a young age, where Messi's the best player. Until now, Messi's still the best player. Like, can you imagine? Where he kind of, I would say, messed up is taking the decision to go to PSG. This is where people are throwing disrespect towards him. People are failing to acknowledge what historic fit Neymar was part of during the MSN season where Barcelona won the treble. Neymar was unreal. Neymar scored 39 goals. Neymar was joint top scorer in the Champions League, scored in finals. He was crucial. He was unreal. He was unreal. And there was times where Messi was injured, where Neymar had to step up, and he was stepping up. He was producing. But it's hard going against that kind of eliteness. And Neymar is an elite player. But Messi is above that. You get me? You can choose a different name that's bigger than elite, but Messi is more than elite. You get it? So Neymar's decided, he made the right decision in leaving Barcelona to kind of carry himself, but he went to the wrong team. He went to the wrong league. He went to the wrong league. But despite all that, he's still young. He still has time to win that Champions League. He could have won it last year. PSG got to the finals. You started to see more love show towards Neymar. People started giving him all the ratings. Oh my God, like Neymar's actually carrying PSG to the Champions League final. He started to get his respect. They lost. But I guarantee you guys, if Neymar had won the Champions League with PSG is automatic Ballon d'Or, because that's what the Ballon d'Or is today. You win the Champions League, you're almost guaranteed the Ballon d'Or, unless you're hitting stats over 50, 55 goals a season to be in the conversation. So it doesn't mean he's far off Ronaldinho. He's 29 years old. Yeah, he still has time to catch up. He still has time. He could go into the World Cup and win it with Brazil and be the best player at the World Cup. He still has time to win a Champions League and be classed the best player in the world. So people shouldn't be so quick to jump. I can understand someone saying Neymar needs to finish his career having carried the team to a Champions League himself, or Neymar needs to finish his career with Ballon d'Or. Neymar needs to finish his career basically being influential for Brazil and helping them win the World Cup. Someone can say that before I class him on the same level as Ronaldo. I can understand that, but no one can say like it's pure disrespect to compare them, because like I said, there's many things that Neymar has done that Ronaldinho hasn't done. Like, because at 29, Ronaldinho was done. At 29, Neymar is still one of the best players in the world. And he's still one of the last dying breeds of players who actually want to entertain the crowd. Like, so people need to give him more respect for that as well. And even when we talk about international, of course, Ronaldinho has won more with Brazil and has won the biggest trophy in football. But people need to give Neymar as well credit for helping them win the Olympic, because Brazil had never won that. He sacrificed playing in the Copa America to go to the Olympics, and he helped them win it. He was by far the best player in that tournament. He was taking a mick. It was too easy for him. It's not a trophy people should look down on. You get me? Because people in Brazil wanted that trophy, because it was the one trophy missing in the cabinet. But again, it's not going to be talked about because it's Neymar, and it's because it's not a World Cup, a Copa America. He was unfortunate. Brazil won the last Copa. It's just unfortunate he was injured. So he took no part of that. But he still has time. This is what people... Brazil got a good team. Brazil have a good team, you know, and you never know. At the World Cup, things can go differently. So I feel like both have things that the other doesn't have. But Ronaldinho, for me, of course, is, like I said, on the Mount Rushmore. He's in the top 10 greatest player of all time. I feel like Neymar right now, when it comes to the greatest ever, he's out of that top 10. You get me? I would say he's even out of the top 30. He's in the list below that. But his career is still going. And I feel like if Neymar finishes his career winning the Champions League, again, if Neymar finishes his career with Ballon d'Ors, if Neymar finishes his career winning the World Cup, of course he's in the conversation for one of the greatest players. He is one of the greatest players ever, but in that top 10, if Neymar can achieve these three things, Neymar, of course, will be in the conversation for that top 10. Of course. Because what people tend to do is, people have an opinion, you get me? People come from an era where someone marked them so much that they're going to be biased towards that player for the rest of their life. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. This is why my cousin, yeah, who is a big fan of Ronaldinho, I was telling him Messi's better than Ronaldinho, and he weren't trying to hear that for a long time, but today he's admitting that Messi's the best player ever. You get me? It hurt him because he loved Ronaldinho, but he's come to reality to see, because Messi's been doing it for so long, he's like, fucking hell, I can't even do that, because Messi's pissed over Bear Man with too many Ballon d'Ors, Champions League, blah, 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 golden boots, all of these things, fam. You get me? And Neymar has time for that. People are forgetting Cristiano Ronaldo peaked in his 30s. He started winning all them Ballon d'Ors. He won one, yeah, before he turned 30. He won one before he turned 30. And in his 30s, he started winning a lot more trophies. Neymar will adapt. I feel like the longer it goes on, his stats might drop, but he might go to a team that's just surrounded by a lot of good players, a team that basically plays for him, and a team that dominates in Europe. You never know. You never know. That's what people are failing to understand. Don't be so quick to write off someone's career. Don't be one of them man that says, oh, that guy can never be better than my man. No, you don't know that. You don't know that. You get me? You don't know that. So I feel like right now you can't really compare both because I feel like Ronaldinho, in that short period of time, achieved level of genius that Neymar is yet to have done. Neymar has given us genius moments. Neymar is part of historic Barcelona team. Neymar has achieved a lot, but he hasn't achieved that genius that Ronaldinho has done. And he's still yet to win those Ballon d'Ors. And you can't really be in the conversation for greatest players ever without having won that Ballon d'Or. You know, there's players who are some of the greatest players ever that haven't got Ballon d'Ors. We're talking about the Xavis, Iniesta. They'll go down as like the greatest, and when it comes to conversation of midfielders, but you're never gonna say Iniesta is one of the greatest players ever because he hasn't won a Ballon d'Or. The reason why some people say Zidane, some people say Zidane's the greatest player ever is because Zidane's won it all. He's won World Cup, Euros, Champions League, Ballon d'Ors. You get me? So it's hard to go against that. That's why Zidane's in that top 10. That's why Zidane's in that top 10. Unless you're playing during Pele's time where there was no Ballon d'Ors, or even during Maradona's time. That's the reason why Maradona, of course, is on the Mount Rushmore. So is Pele, because these men obviously were the best players during their time, dominated, don't know anything. But during this time, there was no Ballon d'Or awarded to players who weren't European. So that's why they are in that conversation. But anyone playing now that can win a Ballon d'Or, you have to win it. Neymar has no Ballon d'Or. And he might end up his career with 500, 600 goals, which will be way, 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 way ahead of what Ronaldinho scored and things like that. But if Neymar does not win the Ballon d'Or, if Neymar doesn't mark his time where he's the best player in the world, because he showed us he can be the best player in the world, but in patches. In patches. And at PSG, it's going to be hard. For him to win that, he will have to win the Champions League. So these two are not comparable for me, but people shouldn't be offended that they are compared. People should try to understand why they are compared, and then just say, nah, I still don't feel like Neymar thing. But just don't be them disrespectful guys to start now picking out weaknesses in Neymar, saying this guy's playing in a shit league, this guy is always diving, this guy is always doing this guy doesn't take his football serious. Listen, just because my man enjoys partying, he's not like them other Brazilians, because Neymar still looks after himself. And Neymar, as you can see, his game, he's 29 years old still. I know he gets a lot of injuries, but that's only because he gets fouled a lot. He gets fouled a lot. But when he comes out from injury, he's still like the best player on the pitch when he's playing. You know, a lot of people try to say Mbappe, this, that. But listen, anyone that watches PSG know Neymar is the man. You get me? When Neymar plays for PSG, it's like NBA. Just give him the ball. Let him create everything. You get me? Mbappe will get his little moments, get the ball wide and try to dribble, but Neymar's everywhere. He's the guy that gets the ball. You know, he tries to do what Messi does at Barcelona, where he has most of the touches. He tries to be the one that assists. He tries to be the one that scores the goals as well. He tries to do everything when he's there. And again, he makes us fans smile when he plays football. Something that a lot of players don't do anymore. Like, take away the Messis, the Neymars, the Hazards. Like, how many players are really making us smile when we're watching them? How many players are really trying to entertain the crowd? There's not a lot anymore. You get me? So yeah, man. So to finish this discussion, for me, Ronaldinho, of course, is like in the top 10 of the greatest players ever for me. And Neymar is just in a category that's just outside of when you talk about the greatest players ever. And I do feel like Neymar still has time on his side. And if he achieves what he needs to achieve, then he will be considered a better player than Ronaldinho. But until then, there's really no debate there.